Hello, Matt.
How are you?
Lovely to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you very much. Congratulations on the film, first of all. A remarkable film. I have one small bone to pick with you, though, if that's okay. At the opening of the film, there's a map of the world, and it's showing where everywhere has been decimated by the Simian Flu. And you wiped out Ireland, essentially. So,
very sorry.
Yeah.
It wasn't me, though. It was a Simian Flu.
Okay, so you had nothing to...
I really did. The flu spread.
Because I'm highly allergic to cats, so now I've got giant talking apes to worry about.
Yeah, me too.
This film is obviously much more expansive than the first one as well. It's bigger. How many apes actually were in this one, or did you have a... How big did you want to go?
The notion was that it was a civilization of approximately 2,000 apes. So, and we had a scene where there was about 1,000 apes, and then there are other scenes where there's hundreds. I mean, there's a lot of apes.
There's a lot of apes, which is handy because the film's all about apes, so that makes sense.
So.
And some of the shots in this, especially when we saw them in the trailer, a lot of people got excited. You can practically smell the matted monkey fur, you know, the wet fur. So what was it like to go on location and film using the mocap technology?
It was incredibly hard. One of the things that I wanted to do was I wanted to push the photoreality further than had been done before, and Rise was shot about 75% on the stage, and we shot about 90% on real locations, including going into the rainforest in Vancouver in the winter, and it was raining on us, and we were covered in mud, and it was freezing. And it was exciting because it put the actors in a very real environment, which made them sort of actually, I think, respond. But it was very hard physically. We took our native 3D cameras on cranes up the hillside and fiber optic cables, and we had mocap cameras all around, and it was raining, and you're not supposed to have anything that could interfere with the fidelity of that equipment to get the motion capture. So it was challenging to say the least. I ended up getting pneumonia, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's not contagious or anything, is it?
It is actually, yeah.
It is?
Yeah. I still have it just a little bit. You might want to wash your hands.
Because you were sneezing just before we started as well, so it's like covered in the stuff.
Yeah.
And obviously, Andy Serkis is renowned worldwide for being a pioneer of this type of technology.
Yeah.
But I think for me personally, Toby Kebbell was just
amazing.
Incredible in the film. Incredible. We're going to try and work some sort of pun on his name.
That's good. Incredible. I like that.
Incredible.
Yes, that's good.
How was it work with him? Because he is excellent in the film.
Amazing. I mean, what was so exciting to me about the performance capture was the discovery that actually it was just about capturing performances. They were wearing the gear, but other than that, it was just about working with great actors. And Andy's incredible, and Toby was amazing. And it was really exciting because, you know, the conception for his character was he's such a kind of tragic figure. And it was really important that you be able to empathize with his position, that he had arrived at this kind of extreme point of view through very justified means. And so Toby came in, and I just thought he was amazing. He had really immersed himself actually in the ape side of it, and then really in what I consider the human side of it. And there are so many places where, for me, he breaks my heart. You look at him and you think, oh, I really feel for him. He's so broken. And then he kind of snaps, and it's terrifying. I think he's an amazing actor.
Yeah, no, I think that really comes across. And whenever everyone had packed up for the night and those sort of mocap suits were lying there, were you ever tempted to go over and try one on yourself? And
I never did, no. But my son did, actually. I have a 3-year-old son, and when he was about 2, we put him in one of those suits so that we could have the orangutan, Maurice, teach the alphabet to the toddlers. And I wanted toddlers who really couldn't keep much focus and who would really be sort of laughing at what was going on and not paying attention. And my son was part of that gang. So
he'll be star of the show sort of 6 or 7 films down the line.
A few years, yeah.
And what is it about, I know you're not accepting the blame for wiping Ireland out, but what is it if directors have against San Francisco as well?
I think it was just San Francisco's turn. I mean, New York has certainly had its fair share, and LA has had its share, and I think San Francisco, everyone decided to hit it all at once. It was like a big tsunami of activity on San Francisco. It's a shame. Nice.
Yeah. What's the best ape pun-related headline you've seen so far? Because everyone's been entirely unoriginal.
I see. I don't know. I'd have to evaluate that. I know there's a lot of going bananas and...
Yeah, audiences and critics go bananas. We've had that one.
Yeah, what else you got?
No monkeying around.
I kind of like it. Yeah, what else?
Guerrilla warfare.
That's not bad.
Apes of Wrath.
That's pretty good.
This is one of my favorite ones. Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Those are all those last two are from the Michael Giacchino soundtrack, are they not?
Are they the names of the tracks as well?
They are, actually. Michael does this in every single one of his films. And so he said to me, he goes, and the thing is, when you hear the music, you know that his commitment is like amazing. But it's funny because he also just can't resist. He's got such a sense of humor, and he and the music editor love to come up with puns. And he said, I've gotten this. He goes, you should see some of the message board on Star Trek. They say, don't you take this seriously? And the titles have upset quite a few people. So you might be careful about bringing
I'll check those out. And just before we finish, you can probably tell, but I came up with a lot of these questions while I was sitting on the toilet.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. What do you like to read whenever you're sitting on the toilet?
My iPhone, probably.
Lovely. And very finally, we've one dilemma here. Would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
Would I rather fight one horse-sized duck?
Yes.
Or 100 duck-sized horses?
That's the one.
I think I'd rather fight 100 duck-sized horses because I'd be just curious to see 100 duck-sized horses.
That would be quite a sight, and it'd be your last sight just before you're horrifically
I don't know, they're pretty small. Ducks are pretty small.
Yeah, you could probably take them, especially after all your experience with apes.
I appreciate the vote of confidence.
Well, listen, thanks a million for chatting to us today.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.